He kind of was born out of a watercolor that I'd done. That guy's face was the inspiration. That's what I saw in my head. And then, you put a voice to him and backstory.
One of the biggest discussions on the internet since the trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard was concluded was on Johnny's next steps relating to him getting back everything he lost when the accusations were first made against him. Well, if we're following the news that has just come up on The Star, it seems he might be delving back into his pirate persony, as new revelations are pointing towards Disney being on their toes for him to be back. Interested in learning more about this? Stay tuned and walk with me as we go through it. Right now, there are probably only a handful of news relating to Johnny Depp that can be as exciting as him getting back in his pirate ship. And even though there has been non-stop back and forth on social media about his return, it seems an answer has finally been given on the subject, and people are going crazy about the new development. So if you followed the trial closely while it was on, then you probably heard when Depp's return to Disney came up in court and how the conversation went. Well, if you didn't, Depp said that he sadly does not plan on ever returning as the iconic Captain Jack Sparrow to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, even if he was offered a chunk of money and a million alpacas. Yet fans are still putting together plenty of fan art giving an idea of what it would look like if the character inhabited the role for a sixth outing, even if it took a million alpacas to get there. Yes, the sixth film, Johnny Depp had already appeared in 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies before Disney reportedly decided to go in a new direction in the franchise. As long ago as 2018, the studio was looking to reboot, and there were whispers Depp was no longer going to be in the fold. Those rumors have seemingly been substantiated in the time since, but for the faction of fans still hoping to see the actor's return as the character, there just might be a surprise in the works. Initially, there was plans to incorporate Johnny Depp back into the Pirates fold, but things may be changing. In fact, a clip from the trial even recently went viral when a Disney exec was asked if the company would entertain paying Depp $300 million and a million alpacas to return, which is what Depp was quoted as saying it would take to tackle the character again. In addition, after rumors swirled that Depp could come back as Captain Jack Sparrow, a representative for the actor literally said this is made up. But this didn't stop fans from bringing those million alpacas comments back into the pop culture fold. Now, the Jack Sparrow character is still very popular with fans, and even though it's been repeatedly mentioned that Disney is mostly done with Depp, that's not 100% the case. Captain Jack Sparrow is very much so still a viable part of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World and Disneyland. In addition, after Depp won the lion's share of the verdict in his defamation trial against Amber Heard, the Disney parks also still incorporate the character into nighttime spectaculars. This includes shows like Fantasmic and World of Color. So, he's still a viable character for the company. What this basically tells us is that there's probably still a chance for Depp to get back into the franchise. It'll just take a lot from both Disney and the actor himself. And fans have mixed reactions about the whole thing, and some of them have been very vocal about their views. One user wrote, "The way he talked about the role, it almost sounded like 6 would have been his final movie, but I could be wrong, but I think he was gonna retire the role. I mean, judging by what was revealed during the trial, it's not so far-fetched to think that he might have actually stayed in the role till he retired." However, other users weren't so keen on him going back to Disney. Another person wrote, "They do not deserve him. It is unfortunate they believed the lies even without evidence. They did not wait for the court's ruling. They judged him. That is why I am with him in the decision not to return to them." Well, we're not sure if Depp actually plans on going back to the franchise, but if he does decide to go that route, he'll probably be making a lot of people happy. Anyway, remember that these are based on research and theories and should be considered as such. That's it for now, guys. See you on the next one.